You might be finding out that the county shapefile data is a little bit tricky to project and align correctly. So I'll show you how to take care of that in this video. And I'll start with the class files from 1108, the 2 of question mark 1 here. If I click on that, it'll download. And because it's a zipped file with at least Windows 7, I can look right inside of that zipped package. This is the folder I want. So I'll go ahead and just copy that and paste it on the desktop. Inside of that folder, we've got a map document already started, and if I open it up, it should look familiar. It's the state outline version where we did a little bit of cleanup and did some different classification. So let me go over to the normal view, and I'll just let this one sit here for a moment as I go back to the National Atlas website. So to navigate to our data, it's under Mapping Professionals, Raw Data, and underneath Boundaries, one of the options here is the county boundaries for 2001. Go ahead and click on this link, and it should place that in your downloads folder. So now this one's a .gz. I can't just click on it to open it. I need to right click and use something like 7-zip. And I should be able to right click, do an open. I'm still in the 7-zip interface, so I don't think I could probably extract it, but I can't just cut and paste it. I need to select those, right click, and I'll do a copy to. So what I'll do here is make a folder inside of my JS data, and we'll call this new folder County Boundaries. With that created, I'll go ahead and extract this data. Just to double check, there's my new folder, and there are the files that I've just recently downloaded. So after that's downloaded, you would think you could just add it to the map document from our Add Data link. I'm already in that folder. But once you do, you get the warning that we saw before. So there's no spatial reference. And I can see that it added it in this data frame, not this one up here. If I turn off the lower shapefile, I don't see anything. Right click on the one we just imported. I'll do a zoom to layer. So there it is. So something obviously isn't working. Let's make the other one the active data layer. And before I import it, now this is another thing that also will not work, but I still like to show it to you, because this is what I thought originally, that you could simply change the projection back to the National Atlas. Now this is the one we created and saved in class, and it returns it to this recognizable projection. Just as before, I will add that county shapefile that I just downloaded, and it looks like it works, but it actually didn't, because if I reproject this, so I'm taking this data frame, so this projection applies to both the state outline and this county outline that we just added. I'll set it back to the USA contiguous, and I've got this in my favorites. If you don't see it, you should be able to go to layers, lower 48, or maybe here. I guess you just got to either dig through to find it, or had saved it prior. That's alright, because this isn't going to work anyway, so you don't necessarily need to follow along. Because once I apply that, I can no longer see my imported. If I right click, do a zoom to layer, okay, it's somewhere in Kansas. I don't know. It's not right, whatever it is. So let me go ahead and just close this without saving it. And I'm going to reopen it. And minimize it just so it's off to the side. Here's how you fix it. So now's the time to start paying attention if you're not already, but I'm sure you are. We're going to use Arc Catalog. Arc Catalog, as I've mentioned in class, is kind of like iTunes. It's for managing all of your geodata. You can apply all kinds of metadata, and you can associate projections with the data using Arc Catalog. So open that up. If you don't have it pinned to your taskbar, go ahead and search for it. Do that. I need to add my folder connection because I took it away. I'll just add my desktop for the time being. Now I can navigate to that folder that I just downloaded, or the contents that I just downloaded, and place in county boundaries. And I can see my shapefile right here. So here's how we associate the correct projection with that. You can right click, go to properties. Now you could also do this from Arc Map, but you would have to create a new file, import it with nothing else, do this, save it, and then close it. So this just saves a few steps. So I'm back in Arc Map, and just to redo that, right click on the shapefile that we want to project, go to properties, and here I can see that it does not have a coordinate system. Now, as we did in class, we could do new geographic and enter all of the data from that projection file that was on the National Atlas website. We've already done that, so all we need to do is import it. Now, we could do select, but I don't think it's in here. I don't think this saves our favorites, so let me close that. I'll just do an import, and I'll navigate to the file that had the correct projection system associated with it, which is the lower 48. Now this is the same information that we entered manually. I'll hit apply, close this, close out of Arc Catalog, and now I'm back in Arc Map. So I'll just do the exact same thing I started with that didn't work. Click Add, navigate to that county boundaries. It's different. Oh yeah, this is just saying it has the National Atlas applied to it, but we're bringing it into something else. It's different than the last error message, but it should still work. And notice down here, this is the data frame that I'm in, and it works. Just to verify that, I will right-click on the other data frame, hit Activate, import it into that. And what I'll do is delete that lower one, or remove it, and I'll save this and upload this step to the in-class exercise files. You should really do this on your own because it's a not uncommon thing to do, but I will upload this to make the assignment a little bit easier.